What a cool event coming up. I mean, you've got the best versus the best, champions versus champions, top talent, PFL MMA versus Bellator. Unbelievable. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. This is so cool. And right here at Kill Cliff FC in Deerfield Beach in South Florida, you've got the champ, Jason Jackson, the ass-kicking machine, right here representing Bellator in this big event. It's almost like a team versus team. Jason, when you first were talking about this event, they discussed this event with you, what were you thinking that you were going to have something like this?
Well, it was amazing to be, recommended to be on this card by my management and the promoter. It was like, to me, I was like, wow, it's a pay-per-view card, their first pay-per-view card of the year, and they wanted Jason Jackson on it. This is big, and the promoter from PFL, suggests that I should be on all the pay-per-view events, and so, I'm gonna go out and show them that I'm worthy of being a pay-per-view performer.
Tell us about your opponent you're going up against, and do you watch your opponent's past fights when you're getting ready for a fight, or you don't do too much of that?
Ray Cooper III took it on short notice, 4 weeks, and I had to do a lot of change in my camp preparation. And I was thankful that he actually took the fight, because the other guy kind of pulled it. I don't know what's the reason why, but he wanted to do that catch weight, and I was like, fine, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you need to be comfortable to be at your best, because I want the best Ray Cooper there is. And I watched a lot of his fight because he contributed a lot in such short time of window in the sport. And he knocked a lot of big names off, and to have him a part of my resume is like one of the best things that ever happened in my career.
Jason, what was it like for you winning the Bellator championship?
For me to win the Bellator championship is a surreal feeling. I'm still now think damn, I can't believe I did it. And what was it, last night I watched a fight for the first time, and I still can't believe that was me out there, how incredible of a performance, I did. And I was telling Henry, who was doing training today, like, man, it was like a video game and you were controlling me, because I still can't believe that was me out there, how easy I made it look. And everything that you were saying, I was really receptive of it, and kind of like doing everything the way he was portraying the information to me. And I was like, man, fucking damn, I did it. It's like a dream, and I woke up and it's still a dream.
What took you so long to watch the fight? What was going on there? Are you too busy? What was happening?
No, it took me so long to watch a fight because I was a little hard on myself, especially during the first round, that, I felt like Yaroslav had a slight advantage on me. And I wanted to go back to the drawing board and fix those mistakes before I go back and watch a fight. And then when I watched a fight and got past the second round and it got to the third round when I finished him, it was just all excitement. I was my biggest fan, so I didn't want to get early on being my biggest fan and getting complacent with that. So I wanted to be hard on myself and work, and then now when I come back and I see that I covered a mistake in the ground, I feel good about myself.
Would you say that is so far the highlight of your career?
Yes, my last fight at Bellator 301 was the highlight of my career, because this guy was 27-0, the highest winning record in MMA history, next to Khabib, and he beat a lot of big names. He had about 11 finishes, way more than I had on my record. And this guy was like, they had high expectation, even PFL, of this guy. So for me to go out there and make it look so easy and natural, it was like, man, Jason Jackson is the next contender, the next guy that we need to, invest in.
When you first heard about PFL buying Bellator, what were your thoughts there? Were you positive about it? Were you concerned about it? Just what were the initial thoughts when all that went down?
Bellator inquiry and PFL inquiry and Bellator, it was good for me, because now I feel like I have to start back over and prove myself, because this is a pool of a different fighter, and I felt like I knocked off most of the roster in Bellator, and now I have to go to Bellator and basically apply for a new job and show them that I'm worthy of what I'm going to ask for.
This is curious because you have, it's almost like team where PFL versus Bellator and this big card coming up that you're a part of in Saudi. And what is that part of it like, team part of it? Because you have your team here at Kill Cliff FC, which you'll get into too. You know where I'm going with this, but you also have your Bellator team. So what is that like when you have teammates on the other side that you train with, but now it's PFL versus Bellator?
Kind of an awkward position to know that, you know, you're a team Bellator and you still have training partner like Impa. You know, it was kind of weird, but at the end of the day, I'm never going to leave my brother out, Impa. No matter what, ride or die for him, it doesn't matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? He's going to win. That's where my money is at. My money is on him. And my money is on myself as well, so that's why I said 90% of Bellator roster is going to win. Nothing against Johnny Eblen. Johnny Eblen is my boy. I just met him the other day, but he got great spirit. But Impa is my brother from another mountain, another land. So, you know, I'm riding or die with him.
And as he says that the hat comes off, he's getting into it. That's what I like to see. That's the ass kicking machine getting into it. Yes, yes.
No cap.
Oh, yes.
No cap. No cap on that one.
So here, I wanted to ask you this because at the press conference I was there, so you know I had to have a little fun with it. So you're at this big press conference at the Seminole Hard Rock right here in South Florida, Hollywood, where you have all the great fighters are there. You're there. Everybody's there for PFL versus Bellator. And it's funny, did you know they were going to show the video, though, that day? Because they were asking everybody's predictions and who's going to win. And I'm curious now, did you even know they were going to show their video then?
No, they set me up on that one. But the thing was, it wasn't my fault because the Monday is when I met Johnny Eblen. And I came in late, so they took me to the interview room, and I did the interview before I went to the photo room. When I went to the photo room, I started talking with Johnny Eblen. I'm like, wow, this guy's not a bad guy. And then we realized that we have a lot in common. We just clicked. But I already did the interview already. So when it came out, I was like, I felt like Scooby-Doo out there. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, he said how he feel, and I respect it, and I love it, you know. But, you know, I'm sticking to my gun.
That's your brother.
That's my bro.
Now, this is so cool because we're here at Kill Cliff FC, and we've talked about Kill Cliff FC before. Used to be Sanford MMA, Hard Knocks 365. We're going back in the day, Combat Club. It's been a lot. You're South Florida. What is it like being here? Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, just the whole team. And who's getting you ready for this fight?
All the short guys that are getting me ready. All the short guys that are getting ready. We have a ton of killers that, you know, that's 5'7" and under. And, you know, training with these guys, you know what I'm saying, Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, and everybody else that joined the team, Dieter, Saeed, all those others are incredible coaching skills that come from all over. It's like a melting pot. You know, we're in Florida, and Florida known for that. So, you know, this the best camp in the world because, you know, it's so much different culture of people that just come and kind of like, you know, click because we have something as common that, you know, every man has a desire to chase a dream. And, you know, once it comes together, you can feel that fire. And I like I said, I enjoy being a part of this team because I come in here any given day and I forget that I'm the champ because a regular guy could just put it on you that you're not expecting to, that haven't been on the big scene. So, you know, I love being here and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's the depth here. You could have sometimes, no disrespect to anyone, sometimes you could have better sparring sessions than sometimes better fights. Not so much your fight, but I just mean in general and all, seeing all the different levels of fighting and everything. And I know, Jason, you have cachet as Bellator champ here because you get to take over Greg Jones' office. How cool is that? Yeah, don't take anything. Is anything in the beverages? Any water? Anything going on? What's going on here? No, don't. We're not taking anything, Greg.
We need to take something from Greg. Yeah, Greg's the man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for letting us use your office, Greg. His big ass couch. Yeah, fuck your couch.
There will be no more couch after this interview. We'll be Jason's taking this with him.
Taking over. Rasta taking over. For sure.
Oh, man. Hey, what's it been like in South Florida and just your background here and just representing not only yourself, your family, your friends, Killcliff FC, and just being now South Florida?
Life in South Florida is nothing better. I migrated from Jamaica when I was 12 years old. And I can't do without Jamaica, but I can't do without South Florida. I can't do without either or. But South Florida is my home. I'm like one of those iguana that just, you know, move here and invasive species that comes there and just say, you know what, this is it. That's what I feel. I feel like one of those type of species here. You know, everything you need, the beach, the sun, the food, the people. Oh man, nowhere in the United States is better than Florida. And I don't care what nobody else said. And a lot of people try to contest that wherever you go in the world. And once they come to South Florida and live for about 6 months, they don't want to go back home. So, you know, South Florida is the best. Nowhere better than Sunshine State.
Any good Jamaican food in South Florida?
Yeah, good Jamaican food all over South Florida.
The Dutch pot? Have you been to the Dutch pot?
I always go to Dutch pot. Coconuts. Hey, let's bring back all of the Jamaican vibes, man. I tell her. Yeah, that's why I love Jamaica. I love South Florida so much because you have a community of people. You go Yassa, you see the Jamaican people. You go over Dessa, you got the Spanish people. You go over Dessa, you see the Chinese people. You come over Yassa, you see the Brazilian people. So you have a community of all different type of people, nation. So that's why South Florida are the best. And I tell her.
You know where he's going with that. That hat came off. When he got that hat. There goes the hat. When he knew the hat goes off, that's
the accent come on, man. I tell her once, yes. We talk about the Jamaican and the culture and the people. Man, I tell her.
Miramar High School?
Miramar High School.
Home of the Patriots?
Home of the Patriots.
Did you wrestle there?
Yeah, you know, big ups to all of my coach them, you know.
They're good. The wrestling now, I know you're busy with all this and all. The wrestling team's pretty good the last couple of years. They've been making it to regionals and even had some wrestlers go to state and all. They've been doing well there. I don't know what it was like when you were back wrestling there.
It was tough, you know. Coach Richardson, he's still there. And Coach Fritz, I think he had another school now, but they still go back. And it's well overdue for me to return there and, you know, pop in the room and get some work and touch base with them guys again, you know. I will do it soon after this fight, you know. Miramar High School is part of me. That's my heart right there. Even though I went back to Norland after I went there. I went
Vikings.
Norland. Yep, yeah. The Vikings. So Norland and Miramar High School are where, you know, that's in my soul right there.
Well, Jason, we'll get off this. We'll wrap this up because I appreciate your time. We'll get you out of here. But a couple more things to talk about that. Are you familiar with South Dade High School wrestling?
South Dade High School. Not
Jason,
much.
They are like killers over there. They won like more than I think 10 state titles as a team and all like that and all. I didn't know if you ever remembered going up against South Dade back in the day or not. If you didn't, that's okay. But I just know that was like one St. Thomas Aquinas, South Dade, Cardinal Gibbons. They were like some of the like premier wrestling programs and still are good today.
No, I always heard about them, but the thing was when I was in school and I was wrestling, academically, I wasn't, you know, eligible to wrestle. So I stuck around and still learned, but you know that unfortunately, you know, I wasn't on top of my work in school. But I had all the potential to make it to state and win it during my freshman year, and the coaches could tell you that. Because the hunger was different from everybody else that was on the team, and the willing to want to learn and, you know, consume all this knowledge was different from everyone else. So, you know,
you brought that to MMA. That's what you brought here.
I did, and you know, freaking meeting G. Jones was like, you know, that's one of the best things that happened to in my career and my life.
Changed your life.
Changed my life, and when I met G. Jones, it was like, You know, I wanted to be I was inspired to be everything like G. Jones. How he moved, how he wrestled, how he chain wrestled. And I came up to him, I told him, like, I wanted to, you know, I want to be like you. And he didn't take me serious until when he see how much I paid attention and I showed up and show out. And the dedication and the motivation to want to learn, he's seeing that. And it shows after a year of being consistent. It kind of just, you know, the process kind of speak for itself.
Did that happen here? Was that at a tryout here or anything, or no? When you met Greg
At the Black Zillion, I met.
at the Black Zillions, when back in the day, I think
Black
in Boca
Zillion.
Raton.
Was it?
Or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, right down the street.
Just something you heard about and says, I'm going over there to see him and see the Black Zillions.
I was there before G. Jones. I trained with Kenny Monday as well too, and G. Jones came in. Was young. He was fresh to the sport of MMA, and I felt like some of the MMA fighters, them that was higher level, I wasn't on their level. They really wasn't like, they didn't want to give him a chance because they just felt like he was so wrestling oriented. And you know, it was new to him and it was new to me, so I wanted to learn with him. So I wanted to give him a chance. And he was learning as well, figuring things out, and I also was figuring things out with him. So we was building together and figured out together, and we're here.
Yeah, I'll say you're here, both of you.
Yeah, we're here,
I'm
yeah.
glad, and Henry Hoop is probably glad too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said, a lot of people didn't give Henry Hoof a chance either because his style was so kickboxing oriented, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't fluent. It wasn't this. He just knew how to go forward, this and that. You know, so a lot of criticism about the style. But I gave it a chance because I was learning as well, just as he was. So, you know, I wanted to learn with him.
Do we know if they're going to Saudi with you? Do we know who's yet going to Saudi to be in your corner?
Yeah, I've been riding with Henry Hoof and G. Jones, and now I have Postman as well. Postman took him on my wings. I wanted to be around and experience while I'm learning too because he's young in the game. But Henry Hoof and G. Jones are my guys, you know. I always have them in my corner since Titan FC days. And they stuck around because they see my value and they see my loyalty. It doesn't matter even if I'm hard to deal with or, you know, I don't bite my tongue, but they see that, you know, they see my values and I see theirs as well.
Well, we'll wrap this up with this, the last few questions, because one of the coolest nicknames around, you can go MMA, boxing, pro wrestling, the ass-kicking machine, and I love how you got that all came about, which is cool. But you mentioned the Postman. What a great tag team of nicknames right there. The ass-kicking machine and the Postman bringing it together. What do you say, Jason?
Yes, so it'll be the Jamaican dominant machines.
Making the delivery.
Yeah,
Making the delivery.
Deliver everything. Yeah, we have to pay package right deliver. Package of whoopers, cash check and take over. Yeah, I'm telling you, Postman. He's a young kid, but this man his fight IQ and his ability to learn is like how would you say it?
He's just not. He just continues. He just soaks it in like a sponge. The way he learns.
Yeah, you want to be able to compare to anything else because this guy, he's well educated as well. You know what I'm saying? People sleep on that. They forget that. And he's a hard worker, and he came from a struggling family just like myself. So he have a tough, rough upbringing, even though he didn't come from the environment that I did, and that's why it draw me to this kid. You know what I'm saying? He's hungry, just as I am, and I seen those value in him that I see in myself. And
it keeps you hungry.
It keep me hungry as well. And he's learned that a lot of people don't really give him a chance because he knows so much. But to me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, it's the knowledge, I'm just going to take what I could take from it. It's still knowledge. I'm not going to use that to stop me from learning from him. And I think he might not see that I see a lot of value in him because I'm like maybe one step ahead of him, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate him a lot.
You can learn so much from others because you don't know what someone else is seeing. What you see is what you see. But you get someone that has experience and knowledge, and they see something, and even if they're sort of new to that role, they can come in and you're like, you know what, that makes sense. I never thought of it like that. Rather than just shutting people out. Better to listen and get that and see, hey, maybe that's right. Or, oh, nah, I don't know about that. But if you never open the ears, how are you going to listen?
And some of the stuff that is not just only related to MMA, you know what I'm saying? It could be life. You know what I'm saying? Some of these stuff is just life lesson that he could teach you. You know what I'm saying? Based off of his mistake. There's so much ways to learn from a person. Some people will never know. People just think it's all a good thing, or it has to be MMA, or. And I tell them like you're like one of my life coaches, just like Impa is. And all these guys are younger than I am, but you know I always open my ears and be quiet. And whenever I do open my mouth, they know it's something important because I don't really open my mouth with nothing. So you know I respect. And I appreciate all these guys in my life. And the Roof too.
We'll close on all this.
You don't have to close whenever you're ready.
We're going to close on this because look, I had it here, but I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the end. I'm moving it here. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. Ass Kicking Machine. Rock, Hogan, Kane segment. Check it out on YouTube. The Ass Kicking Machine was born there. He loves it, and he adopted it for his nickname. I love it. Rock is back. He's doing a WrestleMania now. All this craziness is going on. It was supposed to be Rock and Roman, but now it's Roman and Cody. What's Rock going to do? Rock, yeah. Now Rock is Rock going to be siding with Roman. First it was going to be Rock versus Roman, and then they were like, fans got upset because they wanted to see Cody and Roman. Then they did this big press conference, and now Cody says, "I won the Royal Rumble. I'm fighting Roman,"
which is right.
And Rock is like, wait a minute, what's going on? We talked about this and all. So now Rock is siding with Roman rather than Rock versus Roman. He's siding with his cousin. And then you got Seth Rollins, who's siding, the rivals, siding with Cody. What are we going to do? WrestleMania, it's all crazy now. We don't know what's going to happen coming up for Mania. But what do you think about Rock getting involved in all this stuff?
It's more promo for the sport, more eyes. And, you know, I'm gonna look into it now because just the name that's attached to it, The Rock. You know, whenever The Rock, it doesn't matter, once he get involved and come back, it bring the childhood out of me. I'm ready to jump up on the bed and go, I forget where I'm at and who I am. That I'm a grown ass man acting like a freaking 5-year-old child.
Hey, we all are. Don't worry about it. Ass Kicking Machine, we all are. It's great. It's fun.
It rocks. So.
Is that something you want to do, though? Is that something you AEW, WWE, whatever it is? I know Impa just went to an AEW show up in New York. He got to meet the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, and all. Yeah. But is that something you ever thought about? Hey, maybe after MMA, maybe give it a try, or
if my name draw a value to it like that, where they could benefit off of me and not change my persona and my character like Ronda Rousey or whatnot, then I would look into it. But if they just gonna bring me in just as another talent that's not getting as much paper as I'm getting, the amount of paper that I'm getting to do one fight, some of these guys getting for a year.
Yeah.
So, why would I even leave my family to go get that? No. Like what's his name? The guy that team with Randy Orton. Bro.
Matt Riddle.
Whoa,
it took me a while.
Yeah,
Matt Riddle, bro.
Think about it. Matt Riddle right now, like, he's not getting no paper like that. It's like he was getting when he was doing MMA. And it kind of pisses him off that, you know what I'm saying, that he's not getting the spotlight that he deserved, that he should be getting. I'm not trying to be that guy because I know there's money to make in MMA. And some of the guys that have been in WWE, they're not making no money. They just getting the fame. So I take the money over fame any day.
Well, you got to go to AEW then. Tony Khan's paying everybody good money over there.
No, AEW is. I like AEW. Now I start looking to it. King Mo used to always tell me, and me and King Mo used to argue. I'm like, man, I'm a loyal WWE fan. I don't care what they do over there. But when I go and I watch AEW, I'm like, they know how to get you like, oh wow, oh snap, oh, they get you on the edge of your seat, because it feels like wrestling again. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just kind of like, wow, wrestling don't even worth watching other than just the beginning of the show and the end. But you know, I went to WWE SmackDown with watching Steve
in Miami
recently.
Yeah.
And I had a front row seat.
Whoa!
And it was the best ever. I enjoyed it. Oh man, I can't wait to do it again, because I was so involved with the wrestler. I get to talk to them, I get to touch them, I get to be right there. But when you in the nosebleed, it's like, oh man, this is worse than it was on TV.
Jason, have you been in the nosebleed? Have you been in the?
Yeah, my first time I went to the nosebleed, and when I was invited to go back, I was like, I don't want to go. I might as well just watch it at home. And then I was like, front row seat, I want to see it. And I went, and man, it was great communicating with the wrestlers. Them. And the thing was,
anybody go face to face with the Bellator champ? And anyone? Huh? Come on, did somebody? Yes.
We did. A-Town down, Austin Aries. Oh man, it was cool, so cool. And one thing
Austin Theory. Austin Theory? Was it Austin Theory?
Yeah, Austin Theory. I said Austin Theory.
That's all right, but I remember Austin Theory was good too. But Austin Theory.
I like it, but the thing that I kind of realized, these guys are so little. Even the women wrestling, oh man, they all midgets. They like what, 4'3", like, and the wrestling ring is like short, the referee is short. I'm like, God damn, I was lied to my whole life. I wonder how big Show is. I probably Big Show probably 5'8". They tell him that he's 7 foot. He's got
Paul White, Big Show. I like you. I'm not gonna contribute anything to this. No, Big Show is big. I'll tell you that, Jason. He really is big.
Oh man, these people are so little.
And you saw, how did Gable do? You got to see Gable?
Yes, Gable.
He's very new to it now.
Good. He's good. He's green, but
yeah,
I seen him hit pad work in here, and this is my personal opinion. Don't ever take it to heart. I feel like he's gonna be a better MMA fighter than a WWE wrestler. To me personally, I could be wrong, but from the way he was hitting pads, and then we went and he showed me a few things in wrestling. Oh man, this guy's so fluent. Not one time he was stiff. He moved like water. There's no way I felt like I was gonna hurt. He was gonna hurt me doing those exchange or us flow wrestling. And I was like, man, I see why he is good in WWE and what he's doing, because in WWE, to be good, you have to be able to take care of your partner. That's what I felt.
So different. You're so right. That's the key right there. In MMA, you wanna destroy, take out your partner or your opponent. In WWE, it's more like working with your opponent, making it look believable, but protecting your opponent. That's very true. Yeah. All right, so this is, I told him we wrap it up. I got to wrap this up. He's so great for his time. All right, so the last question is, so let's say the ass-kicking machine, Jason Jackson, Bellator champion, is in WWE or AEW, and he's having a big tag match. Who from Kill Cliff FC is he bringing with him? I'm thinking maybe Linton. Are we talking Linton?
Right. Linton, the gal, them swarming bees. You know it. There's no other guy than Linton, the girl, them swarming.
It's Linton. It's Linton. I called that one. Linton.
Linton. I'm telling you, Linton for sure.
And he's a big fan. Is Linton a big fan too?
Bigger fan than me for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Last time I was at the show, I had to grab him from going over the turnbuckle. Like, don't do it, Linton. Don't do it. He was ready to get us kicked out the show. Like, what are you doing? You forget where you at. And if you check out my Instagram page, you can see me and Linton have done a lot of collab as far as, you know, doing a little WWE gimmicks.
Oh, so, cool. Jason Jackson Instagram?
Yep, Jackson Jason
Instagram. That's how you're going with that?
Yeah, you'll see me and Linton collab, and he just know how to work the camera and know how to sell it, because it's about selling. You know, I don't have to tell him, it just naturally comes off.
And he's legit big.
Big, so he'd be a good duo. And he got the British accent, and I got the Jamaican accent, so you already know once you put that together, everybody go be like, these guys are a good duo. For sure.
Oh, we can come up with some nicknames for that duo too. Oh my God, we'd have fun with that. All right, Jason Jackson, Bellator champ, big event, Bellator PFL. Thank you so much.
Right there, boom. Champ versus champ. Saudi, let's get it.